Absolute dynamite. Oh my goodness.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in Phoenix. With me I've got none other than Adam Booth, aka Daddy, Father.
Yes.
Let's try and keep it. I've got to sort of break it down for people why I'm calling you Dad, because people think this is going to be another one of them weird interviews. Is that I've been confused for you twice already in this hotel. I don't know why. We're both bald men. We're good looking men. We've got a little bit of grey in our beard. You've got a better smile than me, but I'll give you a little compliment there.
I'm just waiting to see where he's going.
Right, that's it. Can we just talk straight boxing, because you're a boxing man? Let's keep the weird shit out of this.
Do make it a good interview,
not
like a Coogan one.
Right, not a Coogan one.
Not a Coogan one.
But we're here in Phoenix. I don't want to talk about New York because you've already done an outstanding interview with Coogan out in New York after McCollin's fight. So we'll just keep it about Phoenix, Josh Kelly, and the future. Okay. Yes. Let's go. Josh Kelly, good opponent in Winston Campos coming up. Josh mentioned that he's fought Josh Taylor. I was at that fight, so tricky southpaw, good southpaw. Yep. Just what's your thoughts on the fight itself?
Well, Josh been out for best part of 6 months, so I wanted someone with lively hands that can give him something to work off, not just someone that's going to tuck up behind the guard and not try and offer anything. So that's what Matchroom have come up with, and here we are.
Same question I asked Josh. Is this a statement fight? Does Josh need to go out there and put a great performance after what happened out in New York, getting the draw? I mean, Josh himself said it was a subpar performance from himself at Madison Square Garden back in June. So does Josh, in front of with his own cameras, the Sky Sports cameras again, does he need to sort of make a statement and stamp his authority to end 2019?
He's just got to go out and do his job, do the things that he's got to do to win the fight. He knows what to do, and I don't. I've been doing this long enough to know that it's a long journey. And the journey has ups and downs and opinions and everything else. But as long as you're doing what you believe is right, and you keep winning, and you end up where you want to be, under the terms that you wanted to be there, then it's been a success. But it's a long journey, so I don't look at it abstractly. I look at it as, we're here this week. This is the fight you got. Do your job.
I mean, it's going to be a shout here in Phoenix. I mean, it's a good crowd and whatnot. But same question again. I sort of asked Josh. It's like, I don't like asking fighters this question because I don't want them. Some always say they don't want to look past this fight, but as a coach and as a manager and whatnot, you have to plan ahead, so to speak. You have to think about 2020 and whatnot. So the question I'm going to ask is, David AVANESYAN is the EBU title. Eddie Hearn's mentioned a fight with him. If Josh Kelly comes through this fight on Friday night, that's a fight he would like to make in 2020. Is that a fight you would like in 2020 for Josh?
It's a fight that I'll be speaking to Eddie about after Friday. Definitely.
After Friday?
Definitely.
So there's nothing been spoken about before Friday?
Of course we have, but there's no contracts been signed, and there's terms for the bout that have got to be agreed to, and as long as they're agreed, and Eddie's obviously confident that they will be, then that'll happen.
Josh is only 10-0,
He's 9-0-1.
9-0-1. 9-0-1. See, that's why you correct me all the time. 9-0-1. He's only had 10 professional fights. I mean, how do you match Josh going forward? I mean, it must be tough.
I think he's already proved from the Ray Robinson fight that he is top 10, top 15, and that he really shouldn't be outside of that now. And if you look at how Kavaliauskas gave Terence Crawford, who is the best welterweight in the world, a competitive fight, and how Robinson and Kavaliauskas matched up, and that Kavaliauskas stopped David AVANESYAN, you can see that Josh, even after 10 pro fights, is at that level, and that's exciting time, because it means that the fights he's going to be going into are real fights. They're competitive fights, they're challenging fights, and that's what a talent like Josh needs to bring out the best in him.
The thing is, the problem with being top 10 in the world, like you said with Josh, is the welterweight division is probably the most talented, stacked division, not just domestic in the UK but worldwide. I mean, we could probably rattle off 5 names already that could arguably be top 15 in the world, pound for pound. So again, going forward, I mean, it must be tough for you to match Josh, because
it's not difficult to match him, because
I think the question I'm wanting to ask is, like, how soon do you see him in amongst the guys like Sean Spence's and Thurman's, Pacquiao's and whatnot?
What you've got is the elite division, right? So you've got Crawford, Spence, Thurman, Garcia,
Pacquiao,
Porter.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got the guys who have been established at the highest level. So there's a handful of them, like 5, 6 of them. Then aside from them, there's the next level. And in that next level, you've got AVANESYAN, Robinson, the Russian that just picked up the WBA regular title, Besputin. You've then got that level, and Josh after the 10 fights now is just about to touch that level, and there's a good 15 fighters around that mark that I'll be looking at for Josh to fight next year, and AVANESYAN is one of them.
Can I mention Danny Yelusinov?
Okay.
You sit next to Josh at the thing, and his manager came up to me yesterday and asked if I was you, so I was sort of in my head thinking, like, why is he wanting to speak to Adam Booth? Danny also obviously 2 welterweights. You've got one, he's got one, you've got one. Again, did his manager come and speak to you?
No.
So I wonder why he wants to speak to me then.
I mean, Yelusinov, great amateur. He's still yet to take a step up as a pro, so he's not on the radar because he's still got some ground to make up. But obviously we've got, I'm keeping my eye on everyone in the division. But as my assessment on Yelusinov at the moment is that he didn't really impress for a few fights in his early career. He's now training with John David Jackson. So it'd be interesting to see how he develops, because there's quite a big transition to the skill sets he used in the amateurs to what he needs to use in the pro. So definitely keep my eye on him. He's being patient, but he's still yet to take a step up. So he's not in front of my eyesight at the moment.
I want to talk about the Juggernaut himself, big heavyweight. I mean, he's fighting Marco Huck. Is it out in Germany, is it?
Yes.
For the European heavyweight title?
Yep.
I mean, again, another one of your fighters who's probably in a division that's stacked. When you're talking about the 2 best divisions, not just the money divisions, but stacked divisions with talent. The heavyweight division's up there now, and the welterweight division. So, all going well for. Don't get this fight out of the way first. All going well against Marco Huck. When can we see Joe Joyce's name in there with Andy Ruiz's, Chisora's, Joshua's?
Well, his name should be there now.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that people don't mention him is quite telling in itself, because he's the type of heavyweight that people just don't want to fight. He's big, strong, heavy-handed, relentless, with a granite chin. Now, who wants that type of work if you can avoid it? And I just think it's quite convenient for people not to talk about Joe Joyce at the moment. But like I said, time shows everything. As long as he keeps doing what he's doing and he keeps winning, at some point he will make himself more unavoidable. And next year should be the year that his name is mentioned a lot more.
I don't want to mention his age, but he is 32, 33, I believe, Joe Joyce, is he? I mean, again, do you have to push him forward a little bit quicker because of how long he stayed in the GB squad? And
yes, absolutely. But look, his pro debut was a 10-rounder. He won the Commonwealth title in which fight? Was it his fourth pro fight? So he's been pushed right from the start. Like I said, now he's at this stage of his career. The next year is going to be the interesting one, because that's the one where he's going to be fighting for the European title, looking at fighting in top 10 in the world. And so the next 12 months will be a big 12 months for Joe.
I know Josh Kelly. I don't know do you have to be at that photo shoot as well?
I'm going to go down there.
You're going to go down there. So last question: how do you rate this interview?
Good. No, it was good.
You've been interviewed by a couple of IFL guys before. Where do I rank?
We're going to be interviewed by Coogan and James.
What about Umar?
No, I don't think so.
Have you been interviewed by Umar?
I think so.
Yari!
Yari!
I knew you were Scottish. I knew you were my dad. I knew it. Well, Adam,
that's good. I appreciate it.
Thanks for this FightFL TV, and thanks for giving me my first interview.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
He is special.